Former President Duterte is now in prison in The Hague. A dramatic turn once the most powerful person in the Philippines. In 2021, the ICC launched an investigation into Duterte's war on drugs when he was president between 2016 and 2022. 6,000 people are known to have been killed in the campaign. Activists believe the real number could be far higher.
The victim survivors, they're very thankful to God because they say this is really an answered prayer. They did not really expect that justice can still be served to a
The case is politically motivated and that the former president was betrayed by the current president, Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
The whole nation should know that we have been turned over to a foreign entity without due process within our country.
Duterte's legal advisors say the ICC has no jurisdiction to try the case. The Philippines pulled out of the ICC in 2019, but the UN court insists its investigation is on abuses committed when the country was still a member of the ICC.
Well, I think it's a big moment for the ICC because, as we know, the court has been through a couple of months that were really difficult. It is currently under US sanctions, which threaten to halt or at least diminish its operations across the world. It has, of course, dealt with also non-compliance, so its own member states not willing to, for example, arrest Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister.
Duterte will first appear before the court to hear the formal charges against him, but it might take months or even years before the trial starts. If convicted, Duterte could face up to 30 years in prison. Duterte's lawyers want to challenge the ICC's jurisdiction over the case and ask for the former president to be tried in the Philippines by a Philippine court. The ICC remains confident we can put him on trial for atrocities committed against innocent.
Out here on the streets of Davao City, his stronghold where he was mayor for more than 20 years, they're calling for his release the morning after the International Criminal Court took custody of him. Now on the stage, perhaps his biggest supporter, the chief implementer of his so-called war on drugs, his former police chief, now Senator Bato de la Rosa, he is also the subject of an ICC investigation for his role in the war on drugs. Now, all of these people, together with the senator, all agreeing that the war on drugs was for the good of the Filipino people, that President Duterte implemented the war on drugs for the safety of the Filipino people, and this sentiment not just prevalent here in Davao City, but all throughout the country. Former President Duterte is still very much a popular political figure. But I think it's also important to note that Davao City is the birthplace of Duterte's war on drugs, where around 8,000 people were killed, according to human rights organizations. So the country very much divided on this issue, but the government saying that it is only following through with its international commitments and also just following the rule of law.